Insight is the first step, but you are long from application. I have the idea, I know how conceptually to dunk a basketball. The mechanics are far away from that. Skill becomes the next piece of the puzzle. And we'll talk about what skills are needed to actually put that in play. But first you have to have the information. First you have to have the insight. And one of the most important things is, what do I do? How do I then make that initial conflict and put it on the table? Well, Gottman calls it the warm startup. The warm startup is the best way I can initiate a conflict with somebody. And warmth is my tone of voice, my affect, okay? And being able to say what I want instead of what I don't want. Behaviorally, I'm addressing a behavior, not a person. So if I talk about a behavior, and I talk about what I would prefer, and I do that warmly, being very mindful of our relationship, then I've done the best job I can at trying to put this on the table respectfully, and then hoping that your response can be as warm as mine. And Gottman says, again, the first 3 minutes, which is usually me trying to engage you, could possibly predict the outcome. If I say to you a label, like you're lazy, you never do this, okay, I'm attacking you. Or if I even say, you know what, you never do it, okay, if I start the sentence with you, it's pretty strong. I'm attacking you. If I would say, you know what, brother, I'm curious why you did this. It makes me feel uncomfortable. And I don't know if it's going to work for you. I'm talking about something you did. And I try to say it warm because I care about you. But I have to address this behavior because maybe this behavior affects more than you. Maybe it affects the whole body of believers. And I have to care about the body of believers too as a leader. I got to do both at the same time. So if I was in charge of a group of people and I had to address someone, I would immediately start by saying how hard it would be for me. That I care about them, but we have to have a conversation because this affects the whole company, the whole body of believers, or whatever organization I'm leading. But I want to be respectful to you and tell you that I believe this is also for your benefit at the same time. So I'm going to be as careful and open as I can and tell you that when I observed this behavior, I felt really uncomfortable. And I believe you would be better served, and the body, by considering this, whatever behavior I would want. But I'm going to connect to the relationship. I'm going to value the relationship some way as I address this behavior, because it's my responsibility as the leader of this body, and this behavior affects the body. I have to. So when you think about that, our answer here is a warm startup, that I want to get to the issue of what am I really asking for you to do? I'm asking you to do this behavior. And I want to do it, again, as warmly and as genuine as I know how, with as much congruence between my tone, my affect, my whole body, right? The question here is, if you could look over your shoulder and look back, how have you addressed conflict? Did you not do it at all? Did you do one of the bid busters? Which is the most common bid buster for you? Are you grumpy all the time? Are you harsh? Are you critical? Where you attack people, give them labels, even psychiatric labels, call them narcissist or whatever? Are you doing that? Or are you addressing a specific behavior? And what you want while valuing the relationship as well. I have 2 questions for you between now and the next session. From 0 to 10, pick a number. How big a concern is this issue to you? And number 2, if you don't grow in this area, what do you think is going to happen?